Welcome back to the Love is Black podcast. I'm Carice.
I am Harvey.
And I can never remember if we do that every single episode because I feel like last time we didn't do it.
At the beginning of the season, you like, we hadn't do it, so we have to stop doing it. And the next episode, we did it.
I said to stop doing it?
No, you said we had stopped doing it, so like we should stop doing it. And the next episode, we just straight did it again.
Wow, so it's my fault.
It's not your fault. It's the reason. Reason versus fault.
They're the same.
No,
it's not the same.
No, we got to work on your vocab, babe.
Okay, that's great. All right, so
college degree.
Other words that my college degree did help me with is throwback.
Yes.
It might be a Throwback Thursday podcast because we're throwing it back to season 2.
Oh, yes.
I loved season 2 because season 2 was all Black love stories all the time. This season, we got a couple sprinkled in, and this one I'm really excited about.
So we're going back in time, way back, or like a year ago. So not that far back.
It's not that
but
far
just we talking about couples that we like, love, that is blossoming, that is blooming, that reflects us, that is not seen all the time. So I'm on social media. I've said why. Y'all heard it enough. And I was on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And this couple came up and they cool. And I'm like, I love them. They're so cute. I got to watch another video. Then it was 5. Then it was like, I watched everything. I don't know if y'all got shadow banned because of me. I don't know whatever how that happens, but I watched all your stuff. Let's introduce Kiki and Kam to the podcast. What's good?
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining us. We're so excited. So let's dive right in. Where does your Black love story begin?
A small university named Facebook. Facebook University is where we met. And apparently we had been kind of scoping each other out for a couple years. And then finally he decided to reach out to me. And we talked for about a month, like as friends. And then we met. And then we moved in 2 days later. And here we are today.
2 days later. Wow.
Wow.
Very unorthodox.
Yeah.
Very unorthodox, but it works.
Wow. And they usually say that only lesbians move that fast.
Wow. Wow. That's wow.
Seriously.
Okay.
Anyway.
We 3 minutes in. Did you bring lesbians in?
I
Wow.
Okay. Okay. So rewind. Did you guys live in the same area? Were you?
I mean, kind of, sort of. Like we were technically in 2 different states, but it's a bridge that leads from one state to the other. So right across the bridge, like it wasn't far.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very interesting. And so he slid into your DMs.
He did. He definitely did. And I like initially it wasn't with the intent to talk to me. It was just like he was sharing something that he thought was funny. And then it just kind of progressed from there. And then we met and literally just got into a relationship 2 days later.
That's what they all say. Oh yeah, I wasn't trying to get with you. Yeah, I was just trying to talk to you as friends. Of course.
Was that shot?
It was something. It was definitely something.
It was fate because here we are.
Okay.
Okay. So was there a date or something in between, or y'all just decided to move in? Like fill in some of the gaps.
Give us something.
No, literally that it was that quick. Like we were talking as friends, like just for about a month, like just talking about pretty much everything under the sun. And we both kind of went through like a rough patch. One of his relatives had just passed away. I had a friend that was murdered. And I just one day was like, look, I need to see you. He had been trying to see me prior to, but I'm just kind of difficult. So one day I was like, look, I just want to see him. I didn't know what it was. I had never met him. I wouldn't advise this because people be crazy, but I had never met him or anything. And I was just like, I need to see you today. And we met. It was an amazing time. Yeah. And he literally he gave me a key the very next morning. I ended up staying with him. He gave me a key the very next day. And
it wasn't like that though. It wasn't like I was giving her a key to move. It was Valentine's Day. And I had plans to go play ball with my friends. And like my friends, because I always like say I'm coming somewhere, but I never show up. And so I really wanted to play ball with them. So I was like I had initially left. I'm like, I'm gonna just leave my door unlocked because I live in a nice neighborhood. I'm not really worried about people walking into my house or anything. But I was like, you know what? I had got to my car. I came out. You know what? Let me do this. I came back upstairs and I went to my shoe where my spare key was. I said, here's my key. I'll get it from you that night when I see you on Valentine's Day. And she never returned the key.
You never asked for it back. Like, let's just start there. You never asked for it back. I did offer it one time and he didn't want to take it. So don't do me.
That's not fair.
That is fair. We literally had our first meeting, date, and argument all within a week. It was crazy.
That was the first 24 hours.
That was not 24 hours.
It was 24
That was
hours.
like 72.
It was not. The first argument was definitely that night on Valentine's Day.
Okay, 24.
Yeah.
So,
I offered the key.
Go ahead.
I offered the key back when we got to the argument. He didn't want it back. He told me to keep it.
I did that.
So he hands you the key.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking? Like, he moving a little fast, or I was going to ask him for it anyway, or what's your immediate thought?
No, when he initially gave it to me, it wasn't for me to keep. He just went to go play with his friends, and at that time I was at his place, so he just gave it to me. Like, I was leaving to go home, go shower, and all that stuff. He was like, just come back later. You have a key to get in, because he had a setup that he was planning for Valentine's Day, because I had never had a real Valentine's Day before. So I didn't have any of those thoughts initially. Like, it wasn't, oh, here, just take this key today, move in today. It wasn't that. That came the next day. But initially, when he gave it to me, though, I was just like, I'll come back later whenever you tell me you're right. I didn't even plan on using it. Like, I didn't think too much into it. Like, I didn't do any of that. Like, we didn't really know each other, so I didn't know, like, oh, you're moving fast or any of that. Like, it was just, he had a setup planned. And yeah. Then the next day was when the whole relationship and moving in stuff happened.
Yeah.
So was it love at second date?
He says love at first sight. What do you think?
Okay.
I can't speak for you.
I'm saying it's for you, babe.
For me, I mean, it's not for just for me. It'd be for us. I can't speak for what how you felt, but when I had first seen her, I knew something was different. When I saw her,
like in person or online.
In person.
Okay.
I thought that she was different when I seen her prior to. It was crazy because she looked in her pictures a whole lot older than she is. That's why it took so long for me to actually try to really I guess proverbially shoot my shot, because when I found out how old she was, I was like, I don't know, she's kind of young. But I thought she was in her 30s. Like, I thought she was, yeah. I thought she was in her 30s, so it was a little bit different. But I knew there was something about her, because I would the context in which we started the conversation. I was really nervous at trying to approach her, but I thought she would find it funny. But I did think that it was something different about her. I always just from every conversation that we had, I just felt something special about the interaction, because it wasn't forced. There was no just unnatural conversation. It was just organic. And so that's just, that's how I looked at it. It was just, I thought when I met her that I had found my soulmate. I felt the energy, the spirits were aligning.
Oh, you
Well, Kiki, when was it love for you?
I pretty much knew within the very first week. I just am one to kind of fight my feelings, I guess, because of, I've had just really bad experiences before. So I'm sitting here telling myself, there's no way, you love someone this quick and yada, yada, yada. I try to fight it, but everything just happened naturally. There was no running from how I felt. He's amazing. And I knew that early, like definitely within the first week.
Wow.
That's cute.
Yeah. There's not. I'm thinking usually there's like maybe layers or a lot going on, but you guys are the
Straight to
atypical
the
woman.
point. Straight to the point.
Yeah. Don't waste
I
your
like
time.
you. I like you. Let's get married and have kids. And then boom. That's essentially kind of how it happened.
In a nutshell, that's pretty much what happened.
That's good. That's good. So you guys got together kind of quick.
Yeah.
Which means that, I mean, kind of living together quickly, you're learning about each other. You're kind of learning about somebody together, living with them. Other people are dating them, and then these people go home when it's over. But
Right.
you guys are staying in the same place. Give us an idea of that. So you guys are a couple quickly, and now you're living together. That's a whole new situation. What's that like?
I don't think that it was difficult living together. And I can't speak for her and how she feels about it. But when it comes to me, I feel like the whole interaction that we had, it was just pure. Like I personally had just gotten out of a really bad situation. She had also gotten out of a really bad situation. And I know I'm not one for cliches. I can't stand cliches. So, what they say, two broken hearts, you know. So, but I didn't think that's what it was. I thought that it was just, we asked a lot of prospecting questions. It was very serious because I was not willing to get in another relationship at all. I was in therapy. Uh, Again, my grandmother had just died. I was not looking for anybody to talk to. I didn't even want to like even sleep with anybody. Like I didn't want nothing casual. I didn't want to do anything. So it was a lot of prospecting. Like her favorite thing was, "Are you gonna play with me? Because if you play with me, I'm gonna cut you."
Be direct.
Yeah, because you could have left me alone, or I'll cut you.
That's a big thing. You could have left me alone. If you want to play, if you have all that in your system, leave me alone. That's the big thing.
But she said all the right things, and that was really important for the relationship to work. So I don't know. I don't think that we had the growing pains because I feel like, me personally, I feel like we're like the same person. She's my twin. She's just the woman version. So everything that I can't stand that she does, I do. And everything, like every single thing, the matter, the way that she argues, the points that she makes, uh, the things that she likes, the way that she lives, we're kind of like one and the same, and that is really important. So I don't think that we had the same growing pains because I wouldn't have offered the key. I just knew, you know, the way that she was talking, the way, it seemed like we moved really fast, but we talked all day, every day, and we spent a lot of time together. So it wasn't one of those like we just forced it. Like we just knew each other. It was something like, that's why I always felt like we were soulmates because it feels like I've known her for a lot longer than I've known her.
The first thing that comes to my mind is I wonder how the families took that, you guys moving in and that outside perspective of this is moving really fast. Did you get any pushback from your families, or was everybody generally receptive? If you happy, they're happy.
When it comes to my family, they definitely ask those questions, like, and express their concern. Um, but it was one of those things where, like, I just explained to them, like, once you meet him, you understand. And my family loves him now. Like, of course, initially they were kind of skeptical because everything did move really fast, but once they met him, like they sit up here and talk to me about him all day, like ask how he's doing. I'm like, well, hey, I'm alive too. But my family loves him. So yeah, initially, yeah, there was a little bit of pushback from my family. and especially from one of my best friends. She's like a bodyguard. She's so protective over me. But yeah, it's cool now. They're fine.
What about you, Cam? Your fam?
Um, no. The situation that I had just like, well, I hadn't just got out of. I had been out of it, but it was more so like I had just finally been released of the negative energy. So, um, everybody in my family was really like, "Wow, you like." It's almost like I was the one like you're glowing, like you're happy, like I've never seen you act this way. So no one, I'm not one to share all my business anyway. So it didn't even matter. Like I wasn't just sitting around telling everybody, hey, I moved X and Y and Z in or none of that stuff. I even like my friends, because we're all joking, we joke a lot, and they always talking about who I date or who I talk to or whatever. And I told them initially, like I'm talking about the first day I met her, before she even came over. I said, hey, so I'm probably about to start dating Kira. Like I'm like I'm about to tell her if she's about to be my girl. And it was like, oh, that's a good look for you. So that was probably the most surprising. But outside of that, I didn't get any pushback.
That's a beautiful thing. It's great to have the support of your family and your friends and so forth.
Mhm.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
So you kind of found each other and this relationship kind of blossomed when you guys are both coming out of bad situations. Weird question. Let's say you guys weren't coming out of weird situations. Let's say, and I think we all had bad situations with whatever relationships, but do you think the fact that you guys were kind of wounded, kind of, just been hurt freshly, did that have an effect on how you guys really connected so quickly?
Um, Not so much for me. I have a thing about myself where it's like I kind of go through like starting the healing process, I guess, before I completely remove myself from a situation. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it kind of starts before I completely remove myself. And so then once I've removed myself, like I just take time to myself, focus on myself. So it wasn't that I was necessarily still hurt by that specific situation. I just kind of think it was fate. Like we have a lot of mutual friends. We've always been kind of seeing each other. I just kind of feel like it was meant to happen. If anything, it kind of taught me like what I don't want to deal with and tolerate, and what it is that I want out of my partner, what it is that I want to be for my partner. But I don't think that not for me, it didn't really necessarily play a role.
No, I don't think that it played a role. I was actually like I was in the bad situation some way, like I was physically in the bad situation, but once I released myself, it was it was just some factors that played in. A lot of people don't like. Again, from the outside looking in, it does always like when people look at it, like, oh well, it's something you just jumped into, but it wasn't because I had like healed myself before the beginning. I told myself that when I came into the new year, I wasn't gonna have any negative energy. I had tried to get as much stuff like replaced out of my house. Like I was throwing everything away, getting all new stuff. Like I was really just trying to relinquish any bad energy. So like she wasn't the first person that I had conversations with. She was just the first person that I had actually became keen to. Like I didn't really like people. I can stay in my house all day and not talk to anybody. Like I really don't like to even socialize as much as most people do. But she was the person that I actually liked. So uh the pain, I don't think I had any pain or any brokenness because I had, gotten over everything I needed to get over before being with her. I've been in situations where I haven't done that and they don't work. So again, she asked the questions, you know, are you serious? Don't play with me. You know, she was very clear and stern with, it wasn't like she was, forcing it down my neck, but she was just like, I don't want to play games talking to you. And she wasn't even talking about a relationship, but she was like, if we're gonna deal with each other, like it's us. I'm not about to, play with you or, be trying to fight your ex. I'm not doing all that. Like I'm gonna like it's either gonna be us or we can just go our separate ways. Like we don't have to make this anything more than what it is. And I was serious. Like I've never wavered from that. I mean, she's helped me through some dark times, but it was never the pain from a bad situation that kind of guided me to her. She just was a really positive spirit. I mean, she's a really beautiful soul, and it's just she's a really special person. I don't think I've ever met anybody like her in my life.
I love this.
Mhm.
You guys are engaged, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I'd love to hear an engagement story.
His
You can tell it. Nope, you can tell it. I guess I need to tell it because you wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't really keen to anything that was going on. Like before we got engaged, for the whole week, he would not eat, he would not sleep. I'm sitting here thinking, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, I'm asking him, like, how do I help you? He just seems so miserable. So the whole week, I'm sitting here, like, contemplating, like, what I'm doing wrong. How can I be better? This man was stressed about if I was gonna say no, like the whole week. That's all I know. Like immediately after, he slept for like 3 days. Like he literally didn't sleep the whole week. I said, my poor baby.
I slept for 3 days. I didn't go to work. I didn't do anything.
He was so stressed
I'm
out.
salary, so I didn't really care. It didn't matter to me. I got paid the same way no matter what.
He was so stressed, but that's pretty much all that I knew about it beforehand. I'm just sitting here thinking something's wrong with me the whole week, but my whole family was in on it. He's setting up all these plans. Me to go get my nails done. My mom was in on it. My sister, my friends. I had no clue.
Oh, all right, Cam, fill us in.
So I had originally planned on proposing to her on Memorial Day. But she shot me straight down, which I guess, given the length of time that we had been together, I guess I understand. She says it was because financially she didn't want me to, because she wanted this big, gigantic ring the size of Kanye West's head. Like that's what she said.
I don't think they make rings that big.
Nah.
That's what she wanted.
That is not, no.
That's what I said.
I didn't want it that big.
I don't care what you did for whoever else, my ring gotta be bigger. It was so crazy because she's not even that type of person. She doesn't care about materialistic things. She doesn't care about that. But that, it was just really shocking that and she stood by that. She's like, no, my ring gotta be this, my ring gotta be that.
First of all, let me just interject. No, at the time, we were in a little bit of a financial crisis. So I told him I didn't think that right now was a good time to be buying a ring when we have other things that we need to get in order first. So don't do me. I was thinking about the family. You know what
It
I'm saying?
wasn't a
The
crisis.
family.
I don't think it was that bad.
Okay, it wasn't a crisis, but we were in a bind.
We had COVID.
Yeah, and so
it wasn't that big a deal. We got like, that was it.
I'm not saying it was horrible, but I just didn't think it was a good time to be buying a ring when we had other stuff that we needed to take care of first. Yeah. But he says I shot him down because I said that. I just wanted to clear that up. But continue.
That is what I had I had asked her mom to, if I could marry her. I had went through a lot of things. I'm just trying to, I had asked her best friend, who also shot me down. it wasn't so much a us thing. She just didn't know about me because of my past situations, whether or not I would do right by her. And I think I took it personally. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took it really personal.
I don't know how else you should take it.
But time went on, and by time, I mean a month. And all of a sudden, July 4th comes, and all she doing is giving me the Beyonce single ladies every day. Every day. Well, if you want this, all I'm saying. So we had experienced something together in the middle of July that it opened my eyes, and it made me realize like she was the only person that I could see. Like it wasn't, I feel like she has such a voodoo doll somewhere in here. That's of crazy. Me, or she got some type of like chakras or something. She sages the house. I don't know what she's doing, but it's something that she's doing because I don't see anybody else. And I'm pushing 30. I know I'm still relatively young, but I've seen and been through a lot, especially with relationships. I've never felt this way, to the point where I'm willing to give everything and anything for one person. So I was like, you know what? It's time. So her mom, me and her were talking. She pretty much was my rock through the whole situation, because every day I go on lunch and I'm on the phone with her for like an hour, and she's helping me. Oh. Well, let me call her real quick, and I'm gonna figure out what her ring size is. She's not gonna notice anything. And Miss, I don't look at anything in my peripheral right here. She doesn't notice anything wrong, anything. I thought she knew. Cause me, I would have figured something was up. Somebody calling me about ring size and all that. Like I'm privy to all that stuff. She ain't been doing nothing. So she's helping me. I'm having, because I had really bad anxiety. I'm having anxiety attack every 30 minutes. Like I'm stressed out. Then like this is Thursday. It was Wednesday. Thursday comes. I'm like, I'm doing it. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Friday comes. You know what? I'm doing this. Okay, well, are you sure this is what you want to do? I just want to make sure that this is exactly what you want to do, Cam.
Who said that? My mom?
Yes. Oh. And I was like, yeah, like I want to do this. I got some moves to make. I'm gonna go buy this ring tomorrow. So I wake up, because she on the weekend she sleeps till like 7 p.m. So is it right or wrong?
That's very inaccurate.
If I let her sleep, what did you sleep last week until 6 p.m.?
Yeah, but we got up, or you woke me up early, and then I took a nap until 6, from 2 to 6. That's completely different. Completely different.
What's early to you?
Like
it was 10. It was 10:30.
I'm not a morning person. Look, that's not even the point right now.
So I knew that I could go and sneak and go do some stuff in the morning without her even waking up and even being and realizing I had been gone. And her mom was up, and mind you, because of COVID, the jewelry stores and the malls don't even open up till 11 o'clock. This is 7:30, so I'm wired. I'm going. I made some moves. I done got me, a couple bands. I'm like, you know what? What do I do? Like, I'm nervous. Well, I go all the way to the outlet mall, which was like a good 30 miles away. Drive out there. I had a friend that worked in the at K's, so I got hooked up with a really nice ring. And that's when more anxiety set in, because now I bought the ring.
Mhm.
And so now this has happened. I called mom, like, she was like, what? What's wrong? I said, anxiety means doubt. I said, no, I don't doubt that I want to do it, but now I have to do it. I don't have a choice. I gotta do it. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you don't want to do it, I want to do it, but it gives me anxiety knowing that I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm an Aquarius, and Aquarius don't like doing things that they have to do.
Oh my god.
They don't like feeling obligated to do things.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. You don't tell me what to do. I'll do it on my own.
That might be a scientific fact. Our son is an Aquarius.
Is he? Okay, it's good enough.
I personally think that's a man thing, but don't tell Cam I told you that.
That's not. You are the same way. You do not like being told what to do. You want to do it and come to the conclusion on your own.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
But
I like to have my own mind.
so anyway, so her mom and I got everybody to meet. I told her for months, if I was gonna propose to you, I'm gonna take you to the walking bridge. I'm gonna take you to the middle. I'm gonna walk you up there like nothing's happened. We're just walking, and then I'm gonna take off my shoe because I'm not gonna get my Air Force Ones dirty. And I'm gonna propose to you in the middle with all your friends gathered around, and I'm gonna let you have an anxiety attack while I propose. And I told her that like 7 times, and she still fell for it. So I told her that I'm taking her to go meet Kevin Gates, which to her, she didn't believe that Kevin Gates was coming to the Walker Bridge. She did not believe that. She's never ever once thought that I was proposing her though.
Wow.
I still do not believe. Like, how do you did not know? What else did you think I was taking to the Walker Bridge for? I think that she knew, but she's playing dumb. That's what I think. I think that she knew something. She knew what was going on. Because when she was getting ready, she was getting ready. I'm talking about makeup, hair done, jewelry. She knew something was up, but she played like, oh my God, where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? And I'm like, I feel like you insulted my intelligence. Because you knew I feel like you knew you was getting proposed to.
I didn't know that whole day. He tells me that we're going for a photo shoot. The whole day is what he told me.
I did tell you that.
He's like, oh, we need to go get you an outfit. I'm like, my hair is not done. I don't have anything to wear. Like, why would you? I was
went and bought her
livid.
something to wear.
I was livid. I was like, why would you book this today? Like, you could have warned me in advance. But I didn't know that whole day. Like, he went and he got me an outfit and stuff, and I'm just complaining the whole time. And
he was complaining a lot.
I just said it. But when we got to the bridge, like it's a walking bridge. It leads from Kentucky to Indiana, and so over the Ohio River. And so we're walking from the Indiana side across to Kentucky, the Kentucky side of the bridge. I didn't know the whole time until I'm gonna tell you what I knew when we were walking down that little ramp, right? And I saw Richard's bald head. That's my mama's boyfriend. I saw his bald head running around, and I'm like, this isn't a coincidence that he's here. I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. They were walking down, and then my mom's there, my sister's there, my grandmother's there. I'm saying hi to everybody. I turned around, he's already on his knee, like, will you marry me? I said, yeah.
Everything about our relationship has been straight to the point. I don't understand why you didn't realize that was going to be as well.
Everything is straight to the point except when he explains things. He goes all the way around the bush when he's explaining something so long-winded, but everything else is straight to the point.
Yeah. I do take 3 hours to explain my point.
It's okay. I still love you.
You're thorough. Nothing wrong with thorough. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, because you have to have all the details. I don't want you to miss any key detail, because if I'm explaining to you something and then you go on and tell somebody else the story, I don't want somebody, oh, well, this happened as well. No, I'm going to tell my part as well, what I did. If I did something wrong, I'm going to tell everything before I get to the story. And that takes some time, 3 to 5 hours.
5 hours. That is serious. And he's not joking. That's not an exaggeration. Literally 3 hours.
It's not. It's really 35 hours.
I think what's interesting, just hearing you talk about this, is, the proposal and everything that goes along with it is so obviously it's catered, it's for the woman being proposed to, but you don't really talk about the stress, the the fear, everything that the man goes through to try to put something together so it's a memorable day moment for your potential fiance. So the way you described it, it really, I think most men will like understand who went through the proposal and did all this, and it has to be perfect. And what if she says no, and then I'm going to do it, but then once I have this box in my hand, now I have to do it. Like you explained that, and even though you didn't take 3 hours, but you explained it very well, and I really relate with all that, what you went through to make sure that was a great moment. So
You super nervous like that when you propose?
we didn't even have that. We are similar to you in that I knew I was going to marry her immediately. She took months. She was dating somebody else when I first met her.
Mm-hmm.
So some random dude who was just taking up space until until, and she's like, I don't believe in love. I don't believe in all that stuff. She was fighting it, but
Mm-hmm.
So once we got together, we knew we were going to get married. It wasn't even a proposal. We were just like, we're getting married.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, we quick. Yeah, we weren't as fast as you, but we had a situation, where we kind of advanced the situation. We had a baby coming, so
Gotcha.
yeah.
And at one point in time, I would like to have an engagement story, but that's a whole nother episode. Anyway,
We married 12 years, but I'm gonna propose to her at some point.
Listen, it's never too late.
Oh no, never too late. Oh yeah, no doubt. We've had a wedding and a vow renewal, but I still need to propose. Okay,
we've had this whole conversation. Absolutely. We've had that whole conversation already. Anyway. All right. So we always have a question that we ask everybody, and it's something that you might need to take just a little bit of time, not too much time, but just a little bit of time to think about. But for each of you, what is one thing that you can say has changed within yourself, within your character, or just anything about you that has changed for the better because of your relationship? So for Kiki, something that has improved or you attribute to your relationship with Kam, and Kam, vice versa for Kiki.
Well, I personally am one. Don't get me wrong, the Lord's still working on me, but Kam has been so patient with me when it comes to like just my moods and my ways. He always gives me room to make errors, and he always gives me the opportunity to correct it. I'm not that way. I'm normally like, I want you to get it right the first time. And I had it really bad where it's just like I always feel like I was right or I was justified in something. But he actually challenges me like to grow with him, like just to grow, take a look at myself, take accountability for my role in things, and just try to do better. Like he gives me a lot of space to reflect, to acknowledge where it is that I'm messing up, and he's always waiting with open arms for me to get it right. Like he's not too hard on me, but I just think he like since being with him, I would just want to be a better woman just for him, like for myself of course too, but I want to be a better woman for him. I want to give him all the things that he needs, and I've never really felt that way in any other relationship. I think because I've never felt like I really cared that much. I know that's bad to say, but I've never really cared like in other relationships. But he just challenges me to be a better woman. Like he pushes me to be a better woman. And I appreciate that about him.
All right. Sir?
You're fading out of the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. My head's big. It's heavy.
That was a good question. I don't know. I feel like you taught me a lot about me, and that is saying something, because again, being Aquarius, I know myself better than anybody does, but I always felt like I was one, and I was gonna be the same me no matter what. I was tired of being someone that was for somebody else or what somebody else needed me to be. I was me, and I wasn't gonna change that anymore for anybody else. But you taught me parts of my soul I didn't even know existed. I didn't even realize that I could grow as much as I've grown in this relationship, and it's only been 9.5 months. I mean, I really I wake up and like I just I want to be better. I've learned so many of my behaviors and how the energies that I give can drain someone. And I've never wanted to really be better for someone, be perfect for someone, give someone the world and not expect anything in return. Like, you taught me how to love, you taught me how to be loved, you taught me happiness, and you've shown me that I am capable of being happy. And I don't think that I could ever repay you for just the person that you have shown me that I am.
You're making me blush.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I love
All right. That was beautiful. That was
Yes.
wow. I like seeing a man who has no problem expressing himself, in particular when he's talking about his woman. So it's beautiful to see.
Appreciate that.
And with that, how did you guys kind of decide to kind of put yourselves out onto social media and kind of give us a glimpse into your relationship?
that was all him.
It was
That
not
was
me.
all his doing. Look, so
That had nothing to do with me.
he is well, yes, it did. It was pretty much all his doing. Like we kind of talked about it before because just being on social media, like we see all the couples and they're doing their thing. I always thought it was pretty cool, but we literally just like don't leave the house. And I was kind of skeptical about like putting, our lives on like such a big platform. But he's the king of pulling out his camera. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I'm not. But everybody thinks I'm crazy and they think I'm funny. So he's just recording me in just regular real-time moments and he posted on his Facebook story. And everybody's just replying on his page like, you all need a show, y'all need a YouTube, y'all need this, y'all need that. Like people they were loving us on there. So from there, we just kind of had a conversation. I'm like, what comes with this? Like, are you sure it's something that we really want to do? And he was just like, yeah. And he's like, all the videos, like he records it all. It started with him just recording us in real time moments, and everybody just gave amazing feedback, and they just loved us, like just how we were with each other, really how he loves me, and it just kind of went from there. I did not expect it to pick up as much as it did so soon. It was like we went to sleep one day and had maybe like 48 followers on TikTok. We got up and it was like 5,000, like literally overnight. And so, since it's been picking up, it's been about like 3 months. Now we're almost at 100,000. Like I didn't expect it to just take off like how it did. But people just, I don't know, they just love, I guess, the way we interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But that was all him.
There's a lot of women that can relate to you.
They just think I'm crazy.
yeah. That's awesome. You guys have like a magnetic personality and it draws people in. So that's really good.
Thank you.
Where can our listeners follow or keep up with you guys on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever you are? How can they find you? What are the handles?
Instagram, TikTok. We have a Facebook page. It's
Twitter.
The Twitter's different. It's all Kiki and Kam official. Except for Twitter, you can just put in Kiki and Kam. But everywhere else, Kiki and Kam official. Oh, and the YouTube too, Kiki and Kam official.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Well, I like you too. I knew it would be fun hearing your story and just kind of vibing with you. You guys have a great future coming. You guys are really, just my final comment is that you guys are clearly young, but your relationship really seems seasoned. Like you've been together for a while. I can feel that in how you speak about each other. So I hope you guys are gonna have years and years of love and all kinds of great things happening. So good luck in everything that happens. Thank you for coming on and telling us your story. We appreciate you giving us the time.
Thank you for having us again. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're so very welcome. Anytime. We'd love to have you back again after you're married. Tell us the wedding story. We'll have Kam do it. It'll take a few days.
4 or 5 episodes.
A lot of content.
Listen, you'll need a season. You'll need a season for that.
That's crazy.
So we will definitely be back whenever. Just let us know.
Cool.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, Harvey, I think we have absolutely come to the conclusion that love is fate.
Oh, yes.
Love is
Those
fate.
two, fate.
Yes.
That fits perfectly.
Love is many things.
But this good love is Black.